Good afternoon, everybody. It is me, Josh, Age12 Forecast, guys, and welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Sunday afternoon, guys. So we're going to be doing another update on this major nor'easter here. We actually have a lot more active alerts and all. We have many more windstorm advisories now. We actually have possibility for snow for many other states, including New York now, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and even New Jersey and Pennsylvania is where we can actually possibly see a couple of flurries of snowfall to very little accumulation. So there's actually a bigger threat of snow. And we also have flash flood watches and advisories in effect for much of the Midwest, the Mid-Atlantic coast, including all the way to North Carolina to here into Long Island. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit the like button, guys. Also be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot. But without further ado, let's get in this video. So now we're going to be looking at in the National Weather Service right here, guys. But as you can tell, we are seeing a couple new advisories here if you guys have been looking at this for the past couple of days with me. But as you can tell, we do have some winter storm advisories. I just need my EpiPen to work. So we have a couple new windstorm advisories. These actually were not here yesterday. That's in effect for areas near Albany, New York, areas into northern New Jersey, northwestern New Jersey, and areas near Allentown, Pennsylvania. We also have many areas into southern Vermont and areas into more central and western Massachusetts. We also do have widespread flash flood watches in effect for areas near the New Brunswick area in New Jersey, areas near Virginia Beach, areas in Delaware, and also we actually have flood advisories too. So now we're going to be looking at the European radar. We're going to be looking at the three radars we looked at yesterday. Again, I'm going to try not to make this video super long too, because we have a couple more things to look at. But yeah, so here's the European radar here. As you can tell, we have this super heavy rain. We're going to see very widespread, again, this is where we have these two low pressure systems. Oh my god, why is my EpiPen acting up so bad right now? But yeah, we're going to be looking at now we're going to be looking at what we see in this radar wise oh my gosh, what is happening? So I don't know why my EpiPen is acting up so much, guys. I do apologize. I do not know why it's acting up so bad. I guess I just got it out, so it's usually like this. But as you can tell, here's that first low pressure system we had, and here's the second one we have right now. So again, this is where we have those low pressure systems connecting right now. That's why it's actually a bit bigger than it was, or than we planned it was going to be. So that's why we have these advisories and watches for many areas off the Mid-Atlantic coast. So now we'll be looking as we get more Tuesday here. I do not know why my computer is being like this right now. It's very weird. Okay, there we go. So also now by Monday, this is when we have this rain starting to get into the New England area. We're starting to have that heavy rain for Massachusetts, heavy rain for New Hampshire, all the way to New Brunswick area. We can have possibility for some heavy rain as we get into Tuesday. As you can tell, the ice threat is a lot bigger now. We have it for areas near Bangor, Maine, areas into Caribou, Maine, areas into Burlington. We have areas into the northern part of New Hampshire that can see blizzard conditions. We can see some snow out there for Albany, areas in that northern tip of Pennsylvania, and also near Syracuse. We can also have some heavy to moderate snow, and then it should be out of the way by Wednesday. But we could have a bit of lake effect snow right after this, so that won't bring such a huge threat, but could bring. So now we're going to be looking at the GFS radar right here, and as you can tell, again, it's still massively, actually very, very big, covering a lot of the Atlantic Ocean. As you can tell, we have all these areas on this coast of the eastern United States that could be getting some possibilities for some light rain to moderate rain threats in the next coming days. But it's not really a threat today. It'd be more like a Monday and Tuesday, more like Monday night and Tuesday morning is when we finally have that snow and ice mix arriving, becoming a bigger threat for these areas. That'll be in effect for near areas in New Hampshire, areas into more central and southern Maine, and also for central New York. But again, we also have that rain threat though for areas into the Washington D.C. area, into New Brunswick, areas into southern Maryland, Harrisburg, areas in Allentown, even New York City. We'll start to see some heavy rain, and then we have this other part, or this other section of the nor'easter that will also bring some good amount of rain for areas for the Boston area near Halifax, also areas into Maine. That's we'll be seeing some decently heavy rain for some of these areas. But again, not going to be huge flooding threats. Not like a foot of rain. Not like that much rain, obviously. We're just going to have a couple inches for these areas to come. So now to actually get, if we can actually go up there, by as we go into Wednesday, it should be gone. Or more like late Wednesday, but by Tuesday afternoon, we'll have that snow areas for Burlington, Vermont, into Caribou, Maine. And then as we get into now Wednesday, that's when it somewhat leaves, but by Wednesday morning, we'll have that snow hanging in there. But that's really all we're seeing by Wednesday. So basically, I guess tomorrow and early Tuesday will be the worst days, I guess, to see this, basically the heavy snow threat. Again, guys, it's not a huge, like, major nor'easter, historically big nor'easter. Like, yeah, it's big, but it's not going to bring that much snow, or for, like, big cities. It will bring about a foot of snow first into the mountains, but not big amount of snow for major cities. As you can tell, in the next couple of hours, though, by into Monday morning, we'll have some rain getting into the mid-Atlantic coast, but nothing really out of the ordinary. This is when we get into more Tuesday or Monday night into Tuesday morning. So it'll be very late in the night or very early in the morning when we kind of have this. But as you can tell, we have two sections. This is where we have the threat for the areas into the mid-Atlantic here, and this is the basic New England area where we have that threat. We're gonna actually be seeing very heavy rain for areas into New York City, areas into Long Island, areas into Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Allentown. We'll have some very heavy rain, and then we'll have a mix for near the Syracuse area. Be very heavy rain and then a mix. And as we continue by Tuesday, we actually have a big snow threat for out of these areas into the area. Oh my God, I can't think of the name. Southern New York. Not necessarily like the area of New York City area, but more like where we have the areas in Florida, New York. That's a city. Florida, New York will have very heavy snow. We'll just have some very heavy snow just north of Allentown. It'll be more that northeastern part of Pennsylvania there, but not a huge amount of accumulation. Not going to be incredibly bad accumulation wise. As we get into more to later into Tuesday, we'll bring some heavy snow for Albany, Burlington, into Concord, New Hampshire, and it should be out of the way again by Wednesday. Just bringing some light snow for areas into Caribou, Maine. Now we're going to be looking at the winds. This is actually showing a bit more heavier winds now, up to 60 knots, or yeah, 60 knots possible. So we're definitely going to be seeing, waiting for the threat, if we can see some surprisingly strong winds getting into more of the inland areas. So now let's just wait for this thing to pop up right here. Okay, here we go. So in the next couple of hours, as you can tell, we'll have some winds starting to ramp up a little bit. We have a lot of the Atlantic coast of the United States getting around 20 to 30 knots there. More near Norfolk, North Carolina, we'll have about the strongest, up to 42 knots. As we get closer into Monday, or tomorrow, we'll actually have these very strong winds becoming a lot more widespread for this eastern coast right here. Oh my gosh, I do not know what is wrong with this EpiPen, guys. I just do not know why it usually glitches for like the first 2 minutes I use it, but this long. But again, we are going to be seeing these strong winds right here for up to possibly 42 knots to 50 knots. So going to bring pretty decently strong winds off the coast. And then we could actually see this at the point. Let me see where we get to that, up to 57 knots, 60 knots there by Monday. And then it should be out of the way by, again, it's not going to be like those nor'easters that bring strong winds and like so far inland. It's just going to be just on the coastal areas and just mostly in the ocean. So it's not going to be super duper bad, a big threat with the wind wise, but we're still going to have some strong winds. Now we're going to be getting to the snowfall. Let me get into the snowfall. Okay, here we go. So this is snowfall wise. So as you can tell, we actually have a good amount of snow on the ground for some areas. As you can tell, there's not going to be any accumulation for these areas into New Jersey, areas into Allentown. Not going to be really accumulation at all, even though you guys will see very heavy snow. It just won't last that long. So here's the biggest threat though for snowfall wise. It's going to be in this northern part of the Appalachians. As you can tell, we see a good amount of snow for this area. And to upstate New York, where we have that national park. Looks like Syracuse can see 3 to 4 inches. Looks like Buffalo can see that that wave of lake effect snow after this system, or after this nor'easter. That's where we could have a good inch or two being added. But it's right after, so it could possibly be linked with this low pressure system. Again, that's just what it all depends on, this low pressure system. If it really pushes off Lake Huron and Lake Erie, all just depends on that. So also we have a huge threat there closer near Burlington and to areas into northern New Hampshire. We actually actually have up to maybe around 12 to 13 inches just west, or sorry, just east of Burlington. Burlington can see a good 3 to 5 inches, and then we can have a good amount of snow for Caribou, Maine, up to 8 to 9 inches there. Oh my gosh, I cannot deal with this EpiPen anymore. I do not know why it's like this. I might have to get it again. But yeah, up to 8 to 7 inches right there. And then I guess again, areas into near Augusta, Bangor. Bangor will see a bit more snow than Augusta, good 3 to 5 inches, but Augusta will just see around an inch at most. But again, not much snow at all for New York City. We have a close about 0.1 inches near the New York City area, but again, we might just see flurries in New York, but not that much really snowfall accumulation wise. And now we're going to be looking at the total. Oh my god, I put regions in an accident. But now we're going to be looking at the total accumulated precipitation. So for those areas who are possibly getting more rain or just heavy rain, we see how much rain you get. Again, just based on what we're going to be seeing, it's not going to be that much rain for these areas. Again, as you can tell, we have a huge difference on the rainfall totals in the Atlantic. Yesterday we actually had it to 2 feet, but again, not seeing that much rain at all, like less than 2 inches. So it's quite weird that we're going to see very heavy rain, but it's going to be hanging there for quite a bit, but not much accumulation rainfall. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I do apologize for what this weird EpiPen is doing right now today, but bye guys.